The lives of the ancient Greeks were strongly influenced by their religion, and by understanding their beliefs, we can learn quite a lot about the world in which they lived. The Greek religion was very well organized, and yet it wasn't based on sacred books of teachings, such as the Bible or the Quran. Instead, it slowly grew and developed over thousands of years. Religion was taught mainly through folk tales, called myths, that were passed down from one generation to the next. Greek myths told of the magical powers and adventures of the gods. The Greeks worshipped the nature spirits of rivers, springs, trees, and caves. But most important to them were the gods and goddesses that came from the snow-covered peaks of Mount Olympus. The ancient Greeks thought that the Olympian gods were a family of huge, all-powerful beings who could change their shapes by magic. The Greek gods were believed to be immortal. That is, they could live forever. Each god had a different role. Some governed various regions of the world, while others controlled the many different things that affected human life. For example, here we see a statue of the god Poseidon. He ruled the seas and all the creatures in them. Poseidon's brother Zeus was the king of the gods and ruled the sky and stormy weather. Zeus was also the father of many of the most important gods and goddesses. His children included Apollo, the god of the sun, Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, and Athena, the goddess of wisdom, to name just a few. The Greek gods were thought to be a lot like human beings, because myths told of how they got angry and jealous, and even fought with one another. The way the ancient Greeks could obtain a god's advice was by asking questions of a strange woman called an oracle. Oracles used a special room hidden underneath temples like this one. By performing special ceremonies, oracles spoke in the god's voice and could see into the future. The ancient Greeks believed it was very important to keep the gods happy so they wouldn't cause trouble in the world. And that was why temples were always the finest buildings in any Greek town. Greek temples weren't like churches, mosques, or synagogues, because ordinary people weren't allowed inside to worship. Instead, a temple was built to be a home for a god's spirit.